So anyway, and then Corvus was completely overlooked. Everyone thought he was... No one realized the benefit of a guaranteed crit, I think. Hey everybody, I know it's taken a little bit of time, but this is actually our review of all of the champions that were released in 2018. Cam and I sat down, we pulled the list up, and we went over all of them. Not in as much detail, of course, as we do individual champions, but we did want to just kind of go over the trends and just interesting things that happened over the course of the years. So definitely, you know, Corvus being so low, people kind of overlooking Ghost as well. So it was a good time, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so there are 12 months and over 24 champions, because some months have three champions. Is it more like it's better to say a champion is released every 2 weeks, so there's 26 champions a year, plus gold pool. So I think we had 27 champions this year.
And we started off with
my favorite champion.
With your favorite champion, yeah.
Yeah. Sentry was number 1. He was the first champion of 2018, and I was hoarding for Blade at the time.
Yeah.
For Blade Day. Blade Day was one of the good days of the year. But I decided that I saw, actually, who's that guy, that YouTuber who would talk about kneecaps?
Lil Joe.
I saw his video talking about Sentry's kneecaps.
Yeah.
And
you were like, yes.
Okay, so I was dying laughing, right? So I automatically associated Sentry with just good feelings, laughing. Yeah. And then I was like, wow, his animations are so cool. I thought they were just so cool. I was like, I don't care if he does 0 damage. I just loved the way he looks. I hadn't seen that sort of fluid playstyle in any champion up till then. So I really liked him. So I said, I'm going for it, and I went 1 for 6, but I got him. I used all my shards and awakened him straight to 455. That was pretty fun. That was really fun. But then Void came 2 weeks later, and he's one of the best champions ever.
Yeah, and Sentry was the best prestige character in the game at the time. I think it was the second best.
He was number 3 after Phoenix and Thor.
Oh yeah, Phoenix and Thor. Yeah,
I mean, it was extremely high up there, and I was perfectly happy ranking for prestige at that point. So I didn't care if he wasn't good, and he wasn't good at the start. He wasn't useless, but he wasn't great either.
Yeah.
So anyway, then Void comes. Void was.
I think better. Void was the last character. I think no. Void was the second to last character that got the old featured system.
Yeah.
The old featured.
Hulk Ragnarok was the last.
Was the last one? Yeah. Yep.
So a lot of people went for Void, got him. It was a little strange because people were hoarding for Blade, but it was clear that Void was very useful. It wasn't clear how useful.
A lot of people went for Hulk. A lot more people went for Hulk Rag.
Yeah.
Instead of Blade, because of how he countered the Mystics and how he countered Degen.
Yeah.
I think I still don't love Void because he is kind of repetitive when it comes to the playstyle.
Oh, I agree. The play style is not awesome. I do like his model, the animations. It does feel a little cheap, his model. It feels like they just redded out Sentry.
Yeah.
But
the animation is he's a fish.
Yeah, I don't like spamming that special one that takes so long. I don't like slow special attacks in any capacity. I like fast
I don't
ones.
like spamming any. I don't like having to spam the same specials over and over again.
Yeah, getting to choose is fun, right? Stark Spidey has a very cool playstyle, even if he looks a little strange. He's a crazy all over the place. I guess that's Spider-Man for you. But he's like, oh, do you want to stun him? Do you want to power drain him? Do you want to put some shocks on him? Do you want to ensnare.
Producer ability accuracy.
Yeah, it's just you can pick and choose your adventure. Sentry's a little different. It's sort of like follow this pattern and you're gonna be good. So you kind of want
this pattern leads you to Jesus.
Yeah,
aka
you want to go 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Yeah,
and that's a really good rotation.
Follow the word of the Lord. It leads you to Marvel Jesus.
So you have a much more fun playing. But Void is just like, okay, just keep spamming that special one. You will eventually, you will wear them out.
You'll kill him, but you'll also kill yourself.
Yeah. But so Void is obviously, one of the best
Yeah. There's no denying that. There's no denying that.
It'd be hard to say if he's not the best champion of the year, but there are a couple other contenders for sure.
I think when it comes to good champions and bad champions of the year, I want to talk about it in the sense that do they actually have a place in the game? Do they actually have a use? Yeah. And Void definitely has a use. Void gets used every day, everywhere, in every whereas there's at least one Void in every battle group.
He's one of the few champions that can do damage without touching the opponent, which is important.
Which is very, very important. I don't think. I think that it's easy for Kabam to counter Void, and they already have, with the champion and all of that.
I'm glad you said that. While Kabam's imagination is theoretically limitless, it is not in reality limitless. I've always preferred champions that augment themselves than debuff the enemy, if that makes sense. Like Stark Spidey gains a passive attack with poise charges. Now, okay, if they get creative enough, they can do a Heimdall sort of thing where you don't trigger dexterity and you can't drink, but that takes a lot of creativity. Whereas with Void, it's, this person's immune to fatigue. Or immune to debuffs, or shrugs off debuffs. It's takes way less imagination to counter Void than it does to counter some of my other favorite champions, like Quake or Sentry.
Yeah, Void is very easy to counter.
Quake's pretty easy with the True Strike.
Quake is easy too.
But just I'm glad you said that, because he is, if he ever became too dominant, he would go away very quickly.
Yeah. And I mean, they already have taken away some of his power with the champion, and with his play style, he's not suicide friendly at all.
I know. He's actually the opposite. He kind of encourages an arena, a mastery build that's worse for arena than just your regular builds.
He encourages a mastery build without suicides and with resonate, which is the worst thing you can do in arena.
Yes, I hate that. I hate that too. Well, we're trash talking Void too much. He's very cool, and I actually really like Void, and I'd want a Void if I could get one.
Void,
yeah,
I think
I would probably rank him up.
Yeah, I think in our classification of matters or not matters, I think Void still matters very much.
Oh yeah, and if I'm being objective, he matters a lot more than Sentry matters. Way more.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I will never try and put Sentry above Void, but I do enjoy finding fights that he can do that Void can't. That's fun.
That's correct. Yeah. And then we had Hulk Ragnarok and Killmonger. Hulk Ragnarok has been one of the coolest design champs I have seen in the game.
They really got the theme right with him. Like the Hulk smash. It's awesome.
Yeah, he really feels like he's smashing.
Yeah, and he is. Like you get that crowd excited. You actually feel like the crowd is there. Like, okay, so when you're looking at that number and it's constantly going down, you're like, come on, just get to 100, throw the special attack, kaboom! You're smashing. It's so fun. I love him. I love playing with him.
He's a lot of fun. Yeah. And, his SP1, his SP2 is like just lowering that. He's like hitting them. And he's very physical. He's very imposing. He's like a large character, and he's even larger because he has all that armor on him.
Yeah.
He looks like a freaking gladiator. It's really cool.
He's so tight. Yep, I really enjoy Hulk Ragnarok, and I like the I like the face me mechanic that basically lets you keep fighting when maybe you wouldn't fight before, you know? So,
and he is very relevant.
At the moment with Variant.
Oh my god, he's like one of the best for a lot of fights in Variant. And as long as there is Starburst.
I don't think that he's going to go away anytime soon, because passive degen is one of the ways that they counter some other champions. And so, you know, he's there as sort of a safety net. So, kind of
he's my biggest nightmare as an Omega Red user.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could ambush someone. Not with the calculator, I guess, but...
Yeah.
So, he's great. Good defender, good attacker. Perfect design, in my opinion, as well. I love it playing with him. And Killmonger as well. I mean, I think they hit the nail on the head with Killmonger.
Killmonger is also very, I think.
I think the True Strike is a little strange. They needed someone with True Strike, so that I guess it was him. But, you know, it doesn't feel really thematic. And, but everything else kind of does. He
is pretty much a decent, you know, Swiss Army knife. He has the True Strike. He can apparently do what Ghost can do, like, you know, interrupting combos. You know, you hit the SP2, then you hit the SP1, then you let them hit you, then you just interrupt their combos.
Yeah.
He relies a bit on the bleeds, but at the same time, he doesn't really need them that much. I think, like, I did the calculations earlier. I think around 75% of his damage comes from, you know, normal basic hits.
Okay.
His bleeds are strong. His crits are strong. He also feels like he's actually hitting a champion instead of just grazing them with his little paws.
Yeah, the first punch forward is a great medium dash.
Very aggressive.
Yeah,
and you know, and it's not just the animations that are fun looking or, you know, good. He also has an animation style that allows for, you know, skillful play to actually counter him very well.
Yeah, totally counterable. And the armor break turns off all his abilities. That's I like when they have champions that have armor, but then an armor break turns off their armor. It's cool. It makes sense. It makes you feel like you're actually playing a real game.
Yeah, a real game.
Well, just, you know, with thought put into it and everything. So, yeah, Killmonger. And he's also a good defender, good attacker.
Good defender, great attacker, for sure.
Probably the best option.
He's great.
Node 29, he's super popular.
Yeah. He works well on, you know, all or nothing nodes. He works well on power gain nodes. He works well on, of course, 29. And he has a ton of counters. So, you know, not really a problematic champ. More of a just a good design. I think Killmonger has been one of my favorites. I think he has a thorns mechanic, but it's not really thorns if you can turn it off, or it's not really thorns if you can just avoid hitting him when the thorns is up, or he can keep his power down.
Yep.
You know.
So we got, after that, Luke and Rolk got buffed.
And man, what a good time that was.
Some people have these champions already duped, and that was very, very nice. Some people had them as 6 stars.
Some people got them in the Luke Cage arena that came not that far after, not that long after the buff.
Yeah.
And they took that Luke to 565 and never looked back.
Except for think he's prestige.
I have, you know, when they say age is just a number or something like that.
You've cracked 9,000 though, right?
Oh yeah. I'm near 10,000.
Okay, good.
But he's a lot of fun. He actually is very useful in the Alliance Wars.
Yeah, Luke's really good. Out of the two, Luke or Red Hulk, I'll take Luke over Red Hulk, but
me too.
But Red Hulk's God, the DPS is really strong now. So
both of them are really useful.
Luke got a utility buff. Luke got a utility buff, big time,
and a damage buff.
And a decent damage buff. Rolk got a ridiculous damage buff, and pretty much nothing else.
I mean, he also got the incinerate kind of resistance.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, it was. I mean, the damage just went from okay to off the charts.
Yeah, they also both got prestige buffs.
Oh, did
not
they?
Amazing prestige buffs, but decent prestige buffs.
Okay, that's good. Okay, but we'll go to some of the new characters that came out. Those two, they're very, very good options now. Tons of people have them ranked up.
And that was a time when Morningstar bosses were very common.
And Rolk's pretty good for them, and Luke Cage is bleed immune. So there you go. very, very, very topical at the moment at the time. But then we had the Mutant event come out, and we had Bishop, Sabretooth, and Sentinel. 3
pretty great champs. 3 champs that are...
Kabam does well with mutants. For some reason, they really balance their mutants well. Yeah. Bishop was underwhelming at first, but he turned out to be pretty dang cool.
I think Bishop is the one that is the least exciting among those 3. Like right now in terms of the meta. Yeah. Like Bishop gets used the least. Other than defense and like certain nodes with like Iceman and things. Yeah. Sabretooth is a gift that keeps on giving, I think, with variant and masochism and Korg.
Sabretooth's great in the sense that he can turn his furies into permanent, and he's buffing himself, and he's just a pure damage machine. He's kind of like Star-Lord,
and he has a utility, like the added utility, and he just got a buff with Omega Red with the synergy. Mm-hmm. So he's pretty great. I think he may be a timeless great champ, but not an amazing champ at the same time. Not a champ that would be your first option for any node, but a champ that can handle all things.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a lot of utility via synergies. Yeah. Sentinel was, I think, also overlooked, like Bishop at first.
Very much so, yeah. Sentinel has been one of the best Alliance War attackers we've been seeing for a long time.
Super strong with that crit resistance. You're likely to survive anything.
Anything, yeah. SP3s from Dominoes. Very high dot damage, very high just base attack damage. You build up those analysis charges, and then your specials cost like 50% less. Mm-hmm. So you're basically spamming everything. You're basically a walking power reserve node. Yeah, you have a ton of HP. You can regen. You can have a passive regen. It's amazing. He's an amazing character.
Yeah. Sentinel. I've seen some great videos on Reddit about Sentinel. The only thing I don't like about Sentinel is
the playstyle.
Though his model.
Yeah.
The playstyle.
The animations, I feel.
It does feel a little pointless, his special attacks. Like, you do spam them, right? That's good. But I think it kind of it devalues them. It's like, okay, another special. Let's throw another one. Should I do a special 1 or special 2? Who cares? Let's just keep throwing specials. So it is a little strange.
I've seen him taking on like Dominoes on Note 29, and he is a beast.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah, he is a monster. B-Manny has a 565 Sentinel, and he has been putting out videos of him, like, just being Sentinel. Yeah. And it's amazing. It's like, just a very good champion.
Yeah, he's crazy strong. Yeah. Just looks a little funny, I think. When his medium dash, I think they could have done better with that. It's like he kind of lunges forward and puts his arms down like, hiya. It's like, all right, thanks.
He's kind of floaty.
Yeah. He's good though. I mean, there's he's definitely underappreciated. So
yeah, and he matters. He matters on defense too.
Yeah. He's gotten me a couple times.
Yeah. on certain notes, he can really be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that crit resistance, the armor, specials spamming. Definitely. He got me on Power Shield.
My internet just went out completely.
Oh, wow. It was a faster little reboot then.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're back. Okay, so we just got through Sentinel.
Yeah.
Oh, Sentry buff. Was that the first?
We had the Sentry buff, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there was only one buff. The specials became guaranteed, and the heavy stance was buffed from 30 to 60%.
I think so, yeah.
And I would have gone to 100 on all three of them, but hey, what can you do? The heavy stance is pretty dang crazy. There's not much else like it.
Block.
Yeah, there's not much else like it. I mean, you can do like 100,000 damage in just a few seconds without taking any damage. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But anyway, I would have gone to 100% with all those. It was great. Every Sentry lovers everywhere rejoiced, and the world kept turning. It didn't really affect anybody, just a few people.
Yeah, and I think after that we had one of the craziest months in terms of
new champs. Corvus and Proxima came with Infinity War Part 1, the event, and the content creators were given Proxima Midnight. I remember thinking, oh my god, it's the best champion ever. Why did they do this? It's another blade. Because all I saw was the 100,000 number. Like everybody else. All I saw was the 100,000. But she was a lot trickier than she seemed on at first.
Yeah, some people like she is a lot trickier, but she really isn't. She really didn't end up being that relevant in the long run.
No, not at all. I mean, the damage doesn't really. Okay, she's still very useful, but there are other champions that can do the job usually.
Yeah.
So anyway, and then Corvus was completely overlooked. Everyone thought he was. No one realized the benefit of a guaranteed crit, I think. Was Corvus the first? Yes. Corvus is the first champion in the game to have a guaranteed crit.
Was he? I think so, yeah.
I'm looking at the list here. I know there wasn't any in 2017. So. Right? Yeah. I don't think anybody really knew what a guaranteed crit meant. And when they saw, oh god, it's only 20 hits and it's all over, then you get nothing. And I think people were really turned off by that. And for some reason, I think because Proxima looked like such a great attacker, everyone was thinking, is Corvus the defender? And it kind of looked like that because of the true damage and hitting into the block. And everyone was like, yeah, but you can just dodge his specials. It's not really that big of a deal. This guy sucks. And he went for 13 million in the arena. 13 million.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, literally nobody saw this coming.
Yeah. Not anyone.
Nobody.
In all of the community. I mean, I'd love to see who was the first person to realize this guy was a monster. Because Kabam knew, I think, right?
Kabam in the spotlight. I think in the spotlight they even underrepresented Corvus, because in the spotlight they put such a big emphasis on legend runs, right? They were like, this is one of the best champs for legend runs. But at the point, people were like, I either have a legend badge,
yeah,
or I don't want one.
Yeah.
So,
but then that video came out of the cosmic power boost.
Yeah.
And then it was over. And then it was all downhill from there for Corvus. He became very, very relevant. He became the meta attacker. Still is. Probably.
I'm still considering ranking mine, even now, unduped.
Ooh, I don't know about that. The dupe helps
Yeah,
a lot. I still love Proxima. I think that what's funny is that all those content creator videos, they overlooked how difficult it was to get to use Proxima, and they probably definitely overrepresented how useful she would be. But at the same time, they actually showed what she was capable of, which was the biggest damage in the game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And they're definitely not wrong about that. I mean, that kind of damage is never going to be irrelevant. You can always use that. Weren't we talking earlier about one-shotting the variant Korg? I think I was telling you about that.
Yeah.
This guy goes into the buffet Korg or something, or it was the variant Korg. I can't remember which one it was. And he just builds up some missions. Korg's still basically at 100% health. Throws a special 3 and just boom, just evaporates. That's definitely useful. So she's just strange. I mean, she's not built for everybody. Not everybody likes that style.
Yeah, she's I don't know what to think about her anymore.
Yeah,
because we have talked a lot about how she's hard to build up, or how she's how the build up is not necessarily feasible in fights with timers. But at the same time, I see some people do it, and some people have great success with it. But at the same time, those people, if you mess up while you're trying to intercept, or if you mess up while you're trying to parry, on like a node that is already tricky, with a tricky defender on it, it's just, I think it's just too much to ask for.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So anyway, yeah, that was a crazy month. Proxima went very high in the arena, I think, and Corvus went really low. And
Proxima broke the record. Corvus also broke the record.
He went back up. Everyone caught on pretty quickly. And
No. He went the second round. He went 30 million.
Oh, is that all?
30 million at a time. Not that high. Who would have thought? Yeah.
Yeah. But we didn't get. Nobody had early access to Corvus, did they?
No.
Nobody got to really test him. So, Proxima got tested.
And the testing we were doing with Corvus, even after the first round, it was just with a 3-star. So
yeah, and if you take him into Winter Soldier, you're not going to have a good time. You need to take him into something else.
Yeah.
So interesting. Yeah, he's an interesting champion, Corvus. I really like him. And then, so Infinity War Part 2 came around, and we got Cap and Iron Man. Pretty good champions.
One of them was a pretty good offensive champ and a decent defensive champ. The other one was a decent offensive champ and a pretty great defensive champ. So
yeah, they kind of complement each other in that way. But I'd say Iron Man Infinity War overall as a package,
he does have a bigger package.
Yeah. It's just got more going on than Captain does. But Captain's clearly the better attacker. I mean, by a huge margin.
Yeah.
And he's good for the
I
synergies.
remember back in Season 2, I was in ASR, and it was the first time I saw Cap in action. It was a dude with a 565, 6200 Cap. And it was craziness, man. He was soloing Iron Man Infinity Wars on node 38, which was the best node for Iron Man Infinity War.
Yeah.
He was just like holding out that block, retaliating with heavies.
Yeah.
It was something. It was a sight to behold.
Still got really, really nice damage on that special too.
Yeah, the SP2 damage, the heavy damage was craziness. It still is, like, in variant, I think my unduped 6-star Cap Infinity War was the champ I used the most in the science chapter.
Really?
Even though I had like a 565, high 565 Luke, 6-star Void, 6-star Luke, 6-star Red Hulk.
Wow.
The cap really pulled through.
Dude, your 6-star roster is crazy. You want to trade me for Beast and King Groot?
You want me sick 40?
Yeah.
Iron Fist.
Yeah, I'll trade him for unduped King Groot. How about that?
I like Iron Fist in the arena. Yeah, he's a fast champion in the arena. Yeah, man, Cap really pulled through for me because I was doing varianted suicides, and I was just doing it with heavies, and those heavies can hit for like 25k as a 6-star. One heavy 25k.
Interesting.
If both of the hits crit.
Yeah, I'm currently debating ranking him up, so that's some good info.
Me too. Maybe I will. Unless if I get kicked from the Alliance if I do it.
Why would they kick you?
No, not kick, just get crap for ranking an unduped 6-star.
Oh, yeah. Unduped is tough. That's for sure. So those champions get a lot of attention, for sure. I think most people are familiar with Captain and Iron Man.
I think Iron Man was a tough fight on the monthly as well. He had like kinetic, he had some form of power gain, and I think he has strike back or something, so he had a lot of power gain. And with all the armor ups, he kept auto blocking you.
Yeah,
so.
I actually was able to use Archangel for him in the quest.
Were you?
Yeah, I remember distinctly just remembering, oh, he's immune, but I just have to get him when those armors are down once, and then it's over. Yeah. And once you lower his ability accuracy, he can't gain them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd even prevent the last phase.
And Iron Man, as soon as he came out in Alliance Wars, he was wreaking havoc.
You'd see like screenshots of like 50 defender kills
on Node 38.
Mm-hmm.
He was interacting very weirdly with the aggressive armor node, and that has changed now. That is fixed now because he's not. He doesn't actually auto block necessarily based on the aggressive armor node stacks. He didn't. He was the first champion with. Like, he was the second champion with huge crit resist, right?
Wait, he doesn't auto block with 4 armor ups?
Not with aggressive armor anymore.
Really? Well, he did in the maze.
He sometimes did in the maze. Some other times he didn't for me. It was weird.
That is weird.
Yeah. And he has, crazy crit resist. And he has crazy armor.
The armor is pretty crazy. Even with Proxima, who we were just talking about, a special 3 with like 3 missions, if Iron Man had like 2 armor ups, that did like practically no damage.
Yeah,
which
the armor is
crazy.
Very high.
Yeah.
And he gets like some immunities, and he gets he is basically immune to the dot damage that is most common in the game, which is bleed. I think he has some other immunity.
Also, the dot damage that's least common in the game. Cold Snap.
Cold Snap, yeah.
Yeah. So, that's pretty cool. He's probably one of the most diverse toolkits in the game, for sure.
He has a very high block proficiency. He has, the plasma that applies to anyone.
A passive damage over time debuff.
Passive damage, yeah. None of his stuff is active, so he doesn't really trigger buffet or anything. I think he has a heal block on one of his things.
When they're healing, he can heal block them.
When they're healing, he can heal block them, yeah. He has a shock, he has an armor break on his heavy. So yeah, he has a good toolkit. Doesn't deal that much damage in short span fights. Like, people who have 565 Iron Man Infinity War don't really love grinding arena with him because obviously he doesn't really do much in there.
Yeah. So,
anyways,
Massacre and Domino were the next month. Massacre,
we all read him. We were like, okay, this is cool, but you don't have a use.
Yeah, that's kind of where I still put him. He's all right.
Yeah.
But that weird, he's got that weird mechanic with his special 2 that like does more damage if they're blocking than if they just eat it. I'm a little confused by that, but Domino obviously was amazing.
Yeah,
is amazing. Very RNG dependent, but tilted toward the player. More often than not, you're putting out some crazy numbers.
Yeah.
She's got the capability of...
Great defender. Massacre on defense has been a dark horse, I think. He has some hidden defensive potential.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because a lot of times when he hits you with that bat, you think you're going to parry him. You're not going to parry him.
Really?
Yeah, and he also does like auxiliary damage based on the number of the charges he has on him, not just incinerate damage. Like even before the bat is ignited, he does additional auxiliary damage if he hits you. And he also has an awkward heavy.
Yeah, it definitely has an awkward heavy.
That has like a long reach and cannot be really interrupted. So Massacre has been a top 50 defender.
Okay.
Yeah.
Domino's like a top 10 defender. And a top 5 attacker. So Domino really got the love.
And
from
when
Kabam.
you're playing with her, you feel like you're constipated because she cannot move like a normal human being.
No, she's strange. I don't like her feeling. It's just I don't like playing with Domino too much. Mm-hmm. But that could change. She's definitely unique. Her animation set. But she's all this RNG dependent. She's got the potential for the highest DPS in the game, probably even higher than Proxima, if the right scenario is available.
Proxima doesn't have high DPS. Proxima has high burst.
Okay. Let's just average it out, right? Put the high burst damage, right? But if you took the damage cap off of Labyrinth, who would finish first?
Okay.
I don't
it's
really know.
Gonna be a close call. I think it's gonna be a close call.
Yeah. So I think Domino might finish first, but God, Proxima just does so much damage once you get the ramp up. Yeah, you're right. It's burst damage, but Domino is like she can just take out these high HP champions so quickly because she gets those bleeds on them. It's like, oh my God, the critical bleeds. She's the first person in the game that's able to crit on a damage over time debuff.
The crit on the damage over time debuff and crit on SP3 too.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Yeah. Wait. Is it a crit on the actual damage of the SP3?
I feel sometimes that the damage gets boosted. I don't know what boosts the damage, but sometimes it does more damage than other times.
Yeah, she gets lucky. You guys get unlucky.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy. They also had gold pool that month,
and people were so concerned about Domino's, little small, critical failure damage. But man, that's not the scariest thing about him about her on defense. The scariest thing is your stuff failing.
Yeah, is the actual failure of your stuff, not the damage you take from the failure.
The even scarier thing is you getting stuck against the wall and her not throwing specials.
Yeah. She's scary. I mean, she makes me not want to go join Alliance War Attack.
Yeah, she's problematic.
Do you know some champions cannot have their ability accuracy reduced? And I'm just thinking out loud here. So one time I took Killmonger on 29 with Archangel, just put on an invulnerability boost, right? And I'm just like thinking out loud, I bet you could do that with Domino. Because if you get neurotoxins on her by the time she throws her special 3, she's not going to trigger bleed. It won't happen. Your ability will prevent that. Your neurotoxins will prevent it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking out loud. I'm gonna be 565ing Archangel probably in like rank up number like 8 or 9, like down the list eventually.
Yeah.
So I'm just like thinking out loud. That's something to think about because that critical failure is a pain in the butt, right? And some champions can avoid it. Not all of them, though. Mephisto.
But at the same time, I think it's like not worth having to worry about avoiding the critical failures, but actually worry about, you know, avoiding stuff that can kill you.
Yeah. She's tough to fight with Stark Spidey.
Yeah.
There's all these little.
I think Sentinel is the best Domino counter.
Yeah, he seems like a pretty good counter for sure.
Yeah. Bleed immune, high armor.
Tank special 3s.
Yeah.
Never unlucky.
And everything that fails doesn't really matter because Sentinel just has so much health. Never unlucky, yeah. And then there was Gold Pool, which really didn't really matter much.
Yeah. Did you see that Reddit post though? Full suicides?
Did I? Yeah, the 455 one.
Yeah.
Full suicides.
It's like a 20-something thousand special 2 bleeding for like a couple thousand a tick or something. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but we just talked about Domino, like 15k bleed per tick.
Yeah, but Gold Pool can regen 2 full. Twice, I think.
Huh. That's cool.
Gold Pool's pretty good, but not anywhere near Domino. He's probably about the same strength as Massacre.
I think Gold Pool matters only for the self synergy he offers.
Also, crazy prestige, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's not talk too much about Gold Pool.
Yeah, because not a lot of people don't have her.
Yeah. Ghost and Wasp were the next month. Ghost is considered by and large the best champion in the game right now. Super interesting characters. They've changed the way you play. Like both of them. Ghost has this interesting phase ability where you actually have to keep your hands off the screen. If you touch the screen, you basically will get hit. But if you don't do anything, you won't get hit. So you have to be very, very careful when you decide to take action. Which is cool. They nailed the phasing. Like if you saw the movie, it kind of seems like how it was.
It is pretty. Yeah, it's like you're basically reenacting the movie while playing her.
Which I thought was really cool. I didn't like Ghost as a champion until I saw the movie, which should tell. I mean, it should tell you something about how well they designed her to be like the movie. So I thought that was really cool. I think she's the best champion right now.
She's the best champion in the game right now because I think she's the best option for the largest number of nodes and largest number of encounters.
Right.
Doesn't really. I think what she needs absolutely is the Hood synergy and the Wasp synergy, right?
For war, yes,
yeah. Doesn't really need suicides. Doesn't really need power start 1. Doesn't really need tech power boost. But they all help. She can basically just remove every debuff on her, every damaging debuff on her, tank specials. She can be immune to like recoil. The only champ who's actually immune to recoil. She's very squishy at the same time. She can get hit once or twice and die. We have people in our lives 64 ghosts, but we don't really let them bring her to war because they just die with him.
Really?
Yeah.
She's not easy to use.
Yeah.
Even harder is Wasp, probably.
Wasp is really fun.
She doesn't.
Oh my god!
She doesn't rely on Ghost as much as Ghost relies on Wasp.
Yeah, what does Wasp even get with Ghost?
I don't know. I can't remember, but I just know that she's pretty good just on her own. I like her a lot. One of my favorite Wasp arena fights.
The single best arena champion in the game.
The fastest one?
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah. She's so
the fastest one, really a high PI. Because of the high attack, she has crazy PI, so she gives like crazy amount of points. The fights are done in 6 hits.
Yeah,
she's very good.
Sometimes less.
Yeah,
sometimes it's the first heavy that gets them.
Yeah, guaranteed crits. she does have the obvious disadvantage of the defenses.
Yeah. It's kind of, I don't know. She is, I think she has a place on attack somewhere, but we haven't quite figured it out yet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So, I don't know. We'll see about that.
High prestige too.
Yeah, 10,460, I think. I always look on her up.
Something like that, yeah.
So, then the next month came 3 champions. Korg, Heimdall, and Red Skull.
Yeah, the cube.
The cube.
What a weird month. What a
3 defenders, to be honest.
3 defenders, yeah.
Yeah. And Korg being the obvious defender with the shrugging off, and the unblockable, and the unstoppable, and the anti-dexterity, and the
thorns.
The thorns. I mean, it's just everything you hate about defenders all in one package.
Yeah.
High health pool.
Crit resist. High
prestige, so all the whales want him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just everything that you would want in a big defender, he's there. So, and then not much going on with attack. Heimdall is interesting as a defender because he has True Strike that prevents dexterity.
Yeah,
that was pretty scary when that came out. I thought, oh god, I didn't realize they could do that. I didn't realize they could mess with dexterity.
they already messed with dexterity before, though. They messed with dexterity with Domino beforehand.
What?
Yeah, Domino's SP1, if you're unlucky, you can't dex out of it.
Yes, that's right. That was pretty fresh, though. Yeah, that was still pretty fresh in my head. And I remember always just saying, oh, well, you just take a tech champion and then you're fine.
Yeah.
You know?
So you don't always have the champion.
But
so.
Heimdall, the option is don't beta special 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or especially don't beta special 2 when he has an armor up.
Is it only when he has an armor up?
If he has an armor up, it's also unblockable.
Oh.
So you can't evade it and you can't block it, so you just have to eat it.
Which I have had to do before.
Yeah.
It is strange because like his special 1 has the same mechanic, right? You can't evade it, even though it's melee. It's because I've done it against the wall though, and I'm just like, what's going on?
You can dex it. You can dex that one.
Oh, it's just the special 2?
SP2 is the one. Yeah, SP2 is the one that. And Heimdall's damage output on offense can be pretty decent if you build him all the way up, but man, does it suck if you don't.
Does the order matter a lot? The order in which you build him up?
Really? Well, you gotta build up the dexterity, the
Furies, the dexterity,
the crit first, the crit first, then the Furies. Yeah.
Oh, you do have? There's a specific order.
There's a specific order that he actually does it himself, because I think after your first special, you get a crit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
He also brought about a lot of great synergies. Heimdall, that is, like he is the best synergy champion in the game, I think, for any team. Like, if you have a team with 4 champions in there, and you don't know who the 5th one is,
just bring Heimdall.
You don't really need
synergy with himself.
Yeah, synergy with himself. And if you have like a magic in there who's super meta, or if you have some of the other champions, I think I remember Magic the most because like she gets
crit rating.
Crit rating, I think. Yeah.
If you throw Thor on there, you can get a heal, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So any champ can get a heal just by having Heimdall and Thor in the same team.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna 550 my Thor. You think? Do you think they'll come out with a 5-star Thor, classic Thor?
I'm not sure. Doesn't Thor Ragnarok also give the same buff though?
Oh, does he? I have to see about that.
I think he does. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Heimdall's great. Kind of threw a bone to the player base, I think, with that synergy.
Yeah.
But I think his animations are crap. I hate them all. every single one
I
of them.
think his animations are crap on offense, and on defense they feel so much faster. He comes at you with that sword and he's like, super fast with it.
Yeah, I just don't like anything about his design. We've never really seen Heimdall fight too much in the movies, so they didn't have a lot to work with. But they went with like awkward Dark Ages knight style fighting, which I don't know. I mean, I guess that's effective over on Asgard, but his
SP3 is cool. His SP3 is like,
the Bifrost
he
thing.
opens up a Bifrost.
Yeah, okay, that one's alright, I guess, but yeah, I'm not a fan. And then so then we got the Red Skull.
He has very animations.
Very what? What'd you say?
Very nice animations. I love his animations.
I do too. Yeah. I think he looks pretty good. His dashback's a little weird.
He has the Sentinel dashback.
Yeah,
hopping back. Yeah.
But the cube is cool, man. It's cool. I think he's good. He's not a great attacker, but he does have some potential in some areas.
He is a decent defender.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Power drains. If you hit him on his block, he'll power drain you and do damage.
Mm-hmm. He's stingy with specials, which is good for defense.
Yeah, and his special too is very tricky to evade.
Yeah. And if you don't evade it, he shocks you. So. And
not very many shock immunes out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that Red Skull, but of the three, he's the least important.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the mutants.
Oh my God! What a month.
Yeah, crazy. Omega Red and Emma Frost. And
what a month.
Yeah. Do you know what was I trying to? Did they come out around the same time that Archangel and Iceman came out the previous year? No. Maybe.
Archangel and Iceman came out right around 12.0.
Okay. So they came out a little later in the year. But they are like the Archangel and Iceman of 2018. Just a little different takes on the champions.
Yeah, a lot harder to cripple Omega Red though.
Oh yeah. Omega Red
is
Archangel. Intense. He's very, very, very strong. I think he's even stronger than everyone thinks. He's just going to become more relevant as time goes on.
Yeah, as more people get him.
Emma Frost was the hot ticket item. Everybody wanted her, but I think she was overhyped a little bit.
Everybody wanted her, and the cutoff actually raised for her arena because of certain things that happened in that arena. You all know what happened.
Yeah.
Which sounds ridiculous to me, man.
Yeah. But she's still very good. You were mentioning before that Sentinel can tank special 3s from Domino. Would a diamond up Emma Frost be able to do the same thing?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But gotta diamond her up first, right?
Well, her signature ability should, if it's working properly. We've been me and Cam have been talking offline about this. I think there's a bug with her, but if it's working properly, she should put herself into diamond form for that special.
She has crazy prestige too, and she's a good defender. Omega has been getting kills for us every here and there.
Emma hasn't. I throw her on defense all the time. I don't know where they're placing her. I don't look. We tried her on Power Shield. I thought that might be tricky, but it didn't happen. Didn't get any kills. But then again, we're going up against like some pretty crazy alliances these days.
Yeah, man. They just bring Corvus to the Power Shield. That man.
Yeah.
She's toast. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, she's a good defender. She's actually probably the best champion in the game for evading champions. She's so strong against evaders. It's ridiculous. But evaders aren't really a problem anymore.
Yeah, unless if it's in Labyrinth against Aegon.
Well, she still can't prevent the Labyrinth evade. Nobody can.
Which is upsetting.
Yeah, that is a pain. That's annoying, isn't it? Aegon's pretty good against the Labyrinth evade.
I'm gonna talk about Aegon. And tell you about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about him. But yeah, so those two mutants, they're pretty good. They're both very strong.
I think those two were Omega was the only grind I did this year, other than Luke Cage.
Yeah, I grinded for Emma. Got her. Very happy. Great synergy with Phoenix. Could go for a Phoenix buff maybe sometime in 2019.
Yeah,
I think
that would be nice.
That'd be something that people would look forward to, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
There's a Phoenix movie coming out probably. I don't know.
Do you think they'll release Dark Phoenix or will they just buff Phoenix?
Which one is releasing Dark Phoenix or buffing Phoenix?
Which one's more profitable?
Well, I thought Dark Phoenix, you mean the movie?
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going to release either.
Well, if they release Dark Phoenix in the game, I think that'd be a little cheesy. Because she's already in the game, and she looks exactly like Phoenix.
Yeah.
So they'd have to change her model, and that'd be weird.
They'd have to void her up.
Yeah. So anyway, I think hopefully we'll see about that. But yeah, Emma has a great synergy with it. Omega's got some good synergies with tons of people. Domino, Red Hulk. Right,
yeah, Red Hulk.
Wait, it's not Domino. It's not Domino that Omega has.
Void. Omega has synergy with Void. Omega has synergy with. The Void one is nice. The Void and Mephisto one.
Yeah.
He has synergy with Wolverine, with Sabretooth.
Oh, right. Sabretooth, yeah.
The Sabretooth one is mandatory if you want to use Omega on offense, I feel.
Oh, really? Okay.
It helps so much. It helps an incredible amount.
What's it do?
That's crazy. It basically just makes it so that your spores build up faster and they fall up slower.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we had the Carnage and Venom buff after those two.
They're both nice. Yeah. They're both, they're both serviceable.
Carnage was like the Red Hulk, got the massive DPS buff.
Yeah.
Venom was like the Luke
got
Cage.
some DPS buff and a lot of utility buff.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of cool Venom gameplay. Very cool. Yeah. And also really just Venom's got... It's amazing that they were able to do such a good model and animation set way back then and have so many duds in between. But, like
Venom looks
they were capable of making great champions, great looking champions as far back as 2015.
Yeah, Venom is very cool.
He's one of the best people to use your 2015 rank up gem on.
If you got a cosmic for sure. Yeah.
Okay. New champions are more
and
interesting.
He's fast in the arena.
Yeah, he is. Venom the Duck and Symbiote Supreme were the November champs, right? No, October champs. Sorry.
Yeah.
Venom the Duck. Me and Cam totally. I think we have to admit that we just missed it.
Yeah, we missed some of it, and at the same time,
he's a lot better than we said.
He is kind of still, subpar sometimes.
Tons of people like him though, and I've seen some crazy numbers, and yeah,
the crazy numbers are usually against really high armor nodes, which we kind of missed the calculations on those.
Yeah, we must have. I don't understand
how he does it, but he does it. So
hopefully, it's not one of those things where it's like
he's doing more damage than he's meant to.
Like Symbiote Supreme. Who was doing more damage than he was intended to do.
Yeah, that was just for like 3 days though. So
yeah. So Symbiote Supreme, I think. Well,
he is.
No, I'm not gonna say we oversold him yet, because I remember saying he's gonna be the best Mystic champion.
I think he is.
I think he is still. I just think not enough people have him and are using him. He's
the people who have him. I saw a fight with Symbiote Supreme in the maze. And it was against the Aegon in the maze.
Mm-hmm.
And he finished the fight in 46 hits.
Oh, wow. That's intense.
Like, he was doing SP2s after SP2s after SP2s.
Yeah.
And he was dealing so much damage in them, man. So much damage in those SP2s.
That poor Aegon. Those Furies. He keeps getting those Furies.
He didn't even the crits. Because Aegon has aspect of evolution, so he can't crit. So he was dealing a ton of damage. He was draining Aegon's power in all of those SP2s.
Mm-hmm.
And he's dealing like auxiliary damage. nullify damage, and
Yeah.
It was incredible. It was like,
Did he have the captain synergy with magic?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Can add that in for some pretty craziness. Okay, yeah, Symbiote Supreme is very, very strong. He's not very prominent yet because his feature crystal hasn't come around yet, but people are going to start pulling him in 2019, and they're going to be like, wow, this guy is intense, and he's got amazing prestige.
Yeah, I'm just amazed by this dude. He's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
He also did very well against the Hydra Adaptoid in Maze, and against the. It was just intense, man. It was really cool to see him just destroy Aegon.
Yeah. Speaking of Aegon, December champs, or November. Sorry, I'm a month behind. Aegon and the Champion. Me and Cam both have Aegon. I still love him. I think he's animated beautifully. One of the best.
Yeah.
Animations wise. But his utility is pretty low. Damage is okay. There's not tons of uses for him. I use him for the synergy with Sentry, and Sentry's much more useful than Aegon. But
what a world we live in, man.
Yeah, but if you get that guy, if you can spend the units to revive and top him off between fights
every single time,
and you get him to 1,000 hits, there is nothing you cannot kill. I mean, there's nothing. He is the ultimate ramp up champion in the game. And the reason I like just the idea of Aegon and having Aegon is people like Invincible, who are able to go on these crazy combos in insane matchups where the enemy is like 10,000 or 1,000 times stronger than you are, but somehow you're just managing it, and then you get to that level. I just like the idea of being able to do that. It's cool. So I
think Aegon can take some war bosses, and I am gonna try in the off season to take like a Medusa war boss with Aegon.
You're gonna try and build him up.
Yeah, he just needs like 150 combo to actually take Medusas.
Yeah, you can easily get to 100 before you get to the Medusa.
Yeah.
But it's gonna take some skill in the build up section. You're gonna have to play pretty well.
The diversity fight is easy, so doesn't really matter. But he's good in the sense that he can take AQ mini bosses pretty easy.
Yeah, he's very good against Void, who's one of my Achilles heels, and Void is so hard for me. And Aegon just basically completely negates all Void's abilities.
He crits through blocks, and he activates abilities that
through blocks.
Activate through block, actually through block. So he can tenacity through block. He can gain true accuracy through block. He hits. He has high DPS when he is at above 300 combo, I feel. Even below that with suicides, he has high DPS.
Yeah.
He's not suicide friendly though, because when you want to build him, you want to spam that SP1.
Yes, unless you opt for the special 3 and it's a long quest. Because the special 3 stun is pretty intense. But the best way to build your combo is by spamming the special one. Okay.
I was trying really hard to use him in Maze, but nope.
Well, I used him. I used him once to fight himself. And then I used him to fight Void. And I actually on one of the Thanoses I died on, took a death, and then I said, well, Aegon's still alive, let's do it, right? I go in there and I do the 5-hit combo, right? Because Thanos won't retaliate with a special until he has the special. So I do the heavy, right? And I get the Furies on me, and all of a sudden Thanos' health is melting, and
the Furies are very strong.
Yeah, and in Thanos, I got him down to the next phase in just like one 5-hit combo. But, you know, of course, there's no utility for evading or tanking a special or whatnot. And, you know, of course, he just dies.
He really desperately needs survivability.
Yeah. But
I mean, for a dude who... Sorry, go ahead.
What I'm saying is, when you get to the 999, you have unstoppable and unblockable. Yeah. And you don't even need to take block damage. They're never going to get off the corner. They'll never
craziness,
leave.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. So he does need like a, you know who he needs is Heimdall and Thor on his team.
Maybe, yeah.
Just build the team up correctly, I guess, and you're good. Yeah.
I think what he really, really, really needs is that maybe for every debuff you shrug off, like unique synergy that gives him for every debuff he shrugs off, you regen like 15% of your health.
15?
Yeah. Because he needs it really bad.
That much, though?
How many debuffs are you going to shrug off in a fight? Maybe in a
just imagine going into a biohazard node then.
Oh, he sucks against biohazard.
Yeah, I know.
He misses a crit and then he's all dead.
Yeah, you know what he's decent for though is like the bleed and poison nodes. He can
definitely
shrug those off right at the start.
Within the first
he can shrug off heal block.
Yeah.
Even though you're not going to heal anything, but he can shrug off degen if it's not passive.
Yep.
Pretty cool. I like shrugging off champions. Okay, so he came with the champion of the universe.
Yeah, he did.
Who's kind of, I don't know if you've been seeing him as the Alliance War boss. We have.
We have, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to beat, but
he has high prestige.
10,590, which is pretty high.
Yeah, this is very high.
And he
looks weird.
I think it looks cool. I like him. I like his WWE animations.
Yeah.
I like his confidence.
He's very confident.
His swagger.
I like his blocking animation. He's like, talk to the hand.
Oh, I love it. He looks like the genie. I mean, he is just so... I really enjoy like having him on the screen.
Yeah.
Like fighting against him. I like fighting against him. I like fighting with him. It's just... But he's not fast. Great. He's not great. Yeah.
He has some utility if you can like intercept with the right thing. You know, he's okay. Does he have? He doesn't have any. I think he does have petrifying.
He has an armor break on the special 2.
Yeah.
A little bit of regen.
He gains those furies periodically, which is nice.
Yeah, I think we're probably missing somebody messing around with him enough to give us some bigger hits than we like. I think we haven't seen enough footage of him yet.
Yeah. Speaking of not enough footage, Night Thrasher, not enough footage of him. He doesn't really do much, but still.
I watched Brian test him as a 3-star, and I wasn't as underwhelmed by him, I think, as Brian was, but he doesn't seem to have like a clear fit
purpose
anywhere. Yeah. The true accuracy is underrated. His skateboard hits are like practically every hit. All his specials, all his heavies, all his mediums. It's just the light ones that aren't. So that's pretty cool to have a passive true accuracy. It's not even like Aegon's true accuracy. You know, like if Aegon had Fate Seal, he wouldn't be able to have that true accuracy come up.
Oh my god, Aegon's true accuracy.
Yeah, it's not great. But Night Thrasher's is totally passive. Totally passive. As in it just works behind the scenes.
One last gripe against Aegon.
Yeah.
He sucks against crit resistance. He sucks so hard against crit resistance.
Yeah.
Like against Iron Man Infinity War. Oh my god. Against the Sentinel. I once had to fight the Sentinel in AQ to build him up twice. Like 2 full fights.
Really?
Because I timed out the first time and then I almost timed out the second time.
Well, you gotta put the Sentry on your team.
Well, I can't because like my Sentry is a 4-star.
It's actually Aegon can get through arena pretty quick. Just parry double medium, parry double medium.
With Sentry, yeah, with
Yeah.
Sentry for sure.
Yeah, no, he does struggle against crit resistance, but even with Aspect of Evolution, once you get your combo up to like 200, you're gonna crit every once in a while.
Yeah.
Ugh, yeah, I think it's gonna be one of those things where one day some content will get released and some people will be happy they have him.
Yeah, I think so too.
But probably not the general public for a long time.
Not a long time, yeah. Then we had Darkhawk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we talked about Night Thrasher already, just for 2 seconds. I thought he was animated really cool. I liked his animations a lot.
Nice skateboard.
Like the skateboard. Don't like the. I think he could have benefited from some sort of regen, but hey.
Yeah, I don't know what he needed, but he needed something else.
Something.
He needed, like, even after 10 Furies, he is not hitting for much.
Yeah, but it's realistic. I mean, what can you really expect to do with a skateboard?
Yeah.
So, Darkhawk is the last champion of the year, and
very good.
They ended with a bang.
Very strong. Yeah.
Could be. You know, he will not be better than Ghost, will he? Maybe.
No.
I don't think so.
He doesn't have guaranteed crits. Guaranteed crits matter so much.
Yeah, you really want a champion or two that has a guaranteed crit. Mm-hmm.
Or a champion that doesn't need crits ever.
Yeah. So Darkhawk is a robot. He's very cool. He's got these cool different modes. We did a whole review on him, which who knows
different modes,
when that will be released. Eventually, sometime either before or after this release. So he's extremely strong on offense and pretty good on defense, to be honest. Yeah. He's got an auto block mechanic. He's definitely able. You can play around it though, which I like.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best defender. Top 50 though.
He hits hard. He's very good on like some of the nodes in the lines that actually allow him to get a benefit off of that pretty much unavailable P1.
Yeah.
He's pretty good. And at the end of the day, I think he will be classified at the same levels of like Sentinel, I think.
That good, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As people start using him in offense.
He's going to sit on defense for a while.
Yeah.
But I think he's also animated really well.
Super well.
Such a smooth SP1. I really hope that thing's 100% available.
I think my only gripe with his animations is that he doesn't feel like he's one of those champs that it feels like he's grazing the opponent. He's just
I agree.
He's kind of cuddling them. That heavy attack is like,
yeah. He's no Hulk.
He's no Hulk.
No.
Nobody's Hulk.
Nobody.
Symbiote Supreme is animated well in the sense that he's like doing some damage there.
Yeah.
Omega Red is animated well.
Yeah. Those are the champions of 2018 and the buffed champions. That's a lot. They do a lot in every year. It's ridiculous. They need to slow down.
I think, yeah. In no time, we're going to be running out of champions. I think in the year, Avoid, Hulk Rag, Killmonger, Sentinel, Corvus, of course, Cap, Iron Man, Domino, Ghost, Omega, Emma, Symbiote Supreme, and Darkhawk have been the useful ones, the ones that are arguably
Mm-hmm. So if you had to pick the best month of the year, what was it?
Oh, easy. Omega and Emma.
Really?
Yeah.
Easy for you, huh?
definitely, yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna go Captain and Iron Man. I think those two.
That's a good one too.
I think the pair of them. I would have gone Ghost and Wasp, but I just don't think Wasp offers enough. What was the worst month?
Yeah, if only Wasp had.
It's hard. Every month has something really good. I think I might go. Well, no.
I know what I'm gonna.
What do you?
Aegon and Champion.
Yeah. I was gonna say. I think that was the worst month. The two champions that are just completely underwhelming. That is to say, I treat Aegon like I treat my Sentry. I just like him, just because. He doesn't have to be good for me to like him. So anyway, the best champion of the year, I'd say Ghost. What about you?
So hard for me to choose right now.
Are you debating putting Omega Red above her? Because he's got the potential, but I mean...
He is so hard to counter and yet so easy to counter because, you put a robot or you put a Gladiator Hulk in there.
He's got a few Achilles heels, whereas Ghost, you'd have to put a global armor break, remember, to really counter her. Hint, kabam.
I think Ghost, the easiest way to counter is for people not to know how to use her.
Yeah.
The best champion of the year is Aegon with a 1,000-hit combo, but that also requires Aegon with 1,000-hit combos. Ghost seems like the right call because she can still be countered with like a safeguard node or like a rage node.
Mm-hmm.
Man, a rage node would be awful for her.
Well, she does well against unblockable opponents though.
Yeah, but
they're capped.
You mess up, and you're even more dead.
Yeah. What about the worst champion? I think there's a few that stand out. It's mostly deciding for me between the Cube and Night Thrasher. Don't say the Cube's better than Sentry.
No, he's not. Offensively, I think Korg is the worst champ of the year.
Oh yes, offensively, yes. But Korg, I mean, you want Korg. It's not about...
You want Korg, yeah. I think the champ of the year that you want the least is Night Thrasher because Cube is decent on defense.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I would say, the only thing I could say against that is that there's these... For some reason, there's like an overwhelming amount of tech champions that people want to rank up, and throwing those resources into the Cube seems like just throwing them away,
Is there an overwhelming tech champion that people want to rank up?
I've just got Ghost, I've got Iron Man, Infinity War. If you're going to rank up a tech champion for defense, and then you've got Star-Lord, and you've got Stark Spidey, and you've got Vision.
Well, Star-Lord and Vision released kind of recently, right?
I just never feel like I have enough tech resources.
I feel the same way with Mutant and Mystic.
Interesting. Maybe it's just a personal thing then.
Yeah, maybe it's just depends on the roster and what rank you have every champ on.
Yeah, the Cube Night Thrasher... I would put Night Thrasher below the Cube, yeah.
Yeah.
Even offensively, potentially. I mean, he's not useless, the Cube. He's pretty low.
And Cube has...
he's got those shocks. And he's got that
shocks.
Interesting synergy that throws the heavy attack for you.
Yeah, the automatic heavy.
That's kind of cool.
Cool, yeah.
So, okay. Well, I think
that does it, right?
Yeah, we beat that topic to death, man. It's like 2 hour long sections, I think.
Yeah, that this was a good year for the game. I'm glad that we are doing this podcast.
We've put out a lot of episodes.
Yeah,
this will be like 20 or 21.
This is a good thing to do and talk about the game we love to play so much, and even though life gets busy and people stop hanging out in streams and people can't really play as much as they used to, it's still good to have this little topics